You like strawberries? You want to eat them all year long? Me too. So let me show you how I did this. I took clippings from the ones I had grown in the summertime on my deck in this Dutch bucket system. I selected the most healthy ones with good long roots. Then I cut up pool noodles to use as a collar to hold it stable in the lid. And then I took the lid and put it on its container, filled it about 2/3 of the way up to cover the roots, and this is called the cracky method. I brought them in the house and put them under some grow lights. But as you can see, they're not really thriving, so plan B. Well, this is the nutrient film technique. Below the tray is a reservoir with a pond pump. That takes the nutrients into the far end of this gutter. It drains across all the roots and they absorb the nutrients. And then the leftovers goes back to this tray and down a tube into the reservoir. This is just a drip irrigation system. So let me show you how I make that. I take a vinyl downspout and I cut 2-inch holes in it because that's the size net cup I'm using. Then I've got to close off one end. So I made a jig so that when I take the heat gun to it, the sidewalls will hold their shape. But it allows me to close off the end so the water doesn't come back out. And once that side's done, then you flip it over, do the spillway on the other end. Then soak some rock wool in water, then split the side of it so that you can put your plant in it. And I've taken some net cups and cut the bottom out. That's where it's easier to thread the roots through. Then I put them in the gutters. I went back later and put collars around the ones that didn't have net cups. I wanted to be able to block the light from the nutrients because it grows algae. But you can see the solution on the bottom of the gutters, and it's just enough for the roots to slurp up. I put a trash bag over the end to keep the light out. And I also trimmed off the leaves that were bug eaten. They were pretty beat up from being outside, but once they got established, they really started to thrive and bloom. Once there was a few more blossoms, I took a really delicate paintbrush and cross-pollinated so that they would start to bear fruit. Look at that. In my house. These plants started bearing fruit in November, and it's now January. So I think I've been successful in my experiment. Look at how lovely deep red that is. And it's red all the way through. So I challenge you to try it for yourself.